crying. That's why you're mourning. A lot of people pass, right? And they go on to meet God, right? And a lot of times emotions are drawn up from people. Sometimes from the unknown, like, I wish I would have had a better relationship with this person. I wish I would have really did this, and I really wish I would have did that, right? Sometimes you even mourn things that was a fantasy. It felt real, but it really wasn't real. And I want to talk about, why do we do this? And this is going to be uncomfortable, but it's going to be the truth. Why do we do this? I want you to really, really hear me out on this. Why do we do this? We don't just fall in love with people. No. We fall in love with what people represent. This is why we do this. So for those of you that's just coming in, take a moment. We're talking about that you feel like you missed them. You're hurting because you missed them. But the truth is, you missed a version of them that you thought. Look like I lost camera for some reason. That's weird. Y'all give me a second. Let me get my camera back on. That was weird. The battery was fully charged. Y'all give me a second. Ooh, this is finna get good. All right, let me take this around. This is finna get real good. This is about to get real good. Hold on, I'm almost back. Give me a second. Woo! That was crazy. All right, I'm sorry about that. We was just now getting in a real interesting part of why we do what we do. Why do we do what we do? Sorry about that. Normally that doesn't happen. I thought that I put everything on the charger, but it's okay. We back. So yeah. The uncomfortable truth of why we do this. Why do we do this? And hopefully you guys kept the comments going until I got back. And again, for those that are just now hopping on, tonight we were talking about you don't really miss them. You think you do. But you missed the thought of who they were. And so now we are just I just want to give you a real understanding of why we do this. We fall in love with what a person represents. You think you fell in love with a soul. You think you fell in love with their spirit for real. But we don't just fall in love with those things. Because we do. We're human. We don't just fall in love with those things only. We fall in love with security. We be like, I'm secure. He gonna take care of me forever. Uh-oh. You be like, he gonna take care of me forever. You be like, this person have helped me heal. So I feel like, I love this person because they just make me feel so good. Y'all ever heard that sexual healing song? Y'all ever heard that song? That's a real thing. You fall in love with what you think love represents in people. You fall in love with redemption. So a lot of men, right? You go through a bad divorce. And I wrote this song about marrying for the wrong reasons. I haven't released it yet. It's pretty powerful. But in this song, I just talk about like the errors of people who get in relationships and fall in love with people because they feel like they're redeeming something. You fall in love with what they represent. Oh, they redeeming me. You fall in love with validation. It's just the truth. No man ever treated me like this. The brother said too. They be like, yo, ain't nobody ever treated me like this. Boy, look, boy, she telling me every day, boy, how good I look, boy. She stroking my ego, boy, like, yeah, I'm him. So you start falling in love with that. So sometimes we attach because we want the story to work. We want this imagination. We want it to work. And we don't care what anybody else think. I've already said that our brain protects against that. We want the story to work. So we fall in love with this fairy tale story. And it's not because that we have, you have patterns that's healthy. Nope. You wasn't attached to them. You was attached to what you hope they become. Did you just hear what I just said? And see, and when that collapses, right, it feels like your future collapsed with it. That's why letting go feels bigger than the relationship. Some people, you get in these situations and you tell yourself, man, my future is gone now, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do. That's why the thought of letting go, it just feels so big. People be like, yo, let go. People be like, let go. Like, but it's hard when you feel like this is bigger than life itself. And you wasn't attached to them. You was attached to what you hope they become. I want you to be honest with me. I want to have a moment of truth. This is therapy, right? I want you to be honest. I got a question for you. Did you fall in love with their potential more than their patterns? If you did, I want you to type potential if that was you. Did you fall in love with somebody's potential more than their patterns? See, patterns is reality. I just want to read. I just want to see. I just want to see. Because now I know who I'm talking to. Now I know who received this. Now I know who's learning. Now I know who's serious about having a therapy session, talking about their hurt that comes every now and then. Did you fall in love with their potential more than you did their pattern? And this is one thing that I would teach my daughter. I would tell her, look, I don't care what he can tell you can do, but what is he doing? Is he for the moment right now? Like, is he doing this stuff right now? I don't want to hear no maybe, no mights, no possibilities. When he come into your life and he want to take your hand into marriage, he got to be able to do it all. Do you hear me? He got to be able to do it all. We're not doing that. I don't care about daddy. He's a good man. He can change. No, telling my sons the same thing. I don't want to hear nothing about she got potential, big dog. See, I talk to my boys like they're a grown man. No, I don't want to hear that, big dog. Now that's that potential. Say that for somebody else. You mean to tell me you together, right? She got the potential to be what you need her to be. And you want to get committed to her. You want to marry her based off her potential and not her real life patterns. Now you are making a mistake that so many people make. Do you get what I'm saying? You're making a mistake now. Marriage is the most important thing you're supposed to do in this world. It's more important than starting a business. It's more important than joining a church. It's more important than everybody in your family. I'm just being honest. We're talking about a life decision. It's more important than where you move. Don't marry nobody for their potential. No. When you hire somebody as a boss, you don't hire them for their potential. No. You hire them if they can get the job done. So I want to see your patterns. Can I see your resume? Can I see, have you done this type of work before? If you had a medical professional that is working on your body and you had to go in for a real deal procedure, right? You mean to tell me you want a doctor real pattern of successful surgeries? Which one would you want? So don't come to me talking about, I'm marrying for potential. You're marrying for potential on something that you made up in your mind. And when everything fall, your life will fall apart. You had this imagination. Some people have these fairy tale weddings, spend $50,000 and $60,000 for a wedding and end up divorced within 5 years because you married for the wrong reason. You had this fairy tale imagination in your head that this was my person the whole time. You was not marrying the person. You was marrying the hope, the imagination. So when everything comes to a halt and everything stops and things go and the truth comes out, you don't miss them. You don't. You got to tell yourself the truth. Every time you come up in your mind, you be like, no, I don't miss them. No, I don't miss that. I miss what I thought that could be, though. I miss what I thought they were. I thought this was a good person. I thought they was this and I thought they was that. That's what I miss because I defended that, right? The last thing I would say, if this was you, I want to tell you how to grow from this. I literally want to tell you how to grow from this. I want you to learn how to separate words from patterns. See, hope, listen to words. Let me slow down. Hope listens to words. Hope. Wisdom watches behavior. Wisdom watches behavior. If the pattern contradicts the promise, believe the pattern. This is why I be with a woman when she be like, nah, your patterns is different. You used to do things this way, but now you're doing things this way. Can you explain to me why you changing your patterns? You used to take this way to work, but now you taking this other way to work. Can you explain your patterns? You used to take me to the gym with you, but now you want to work out with your fellas. And can you explain your pattern? You used to do this, but now you're doing something different. So a lot of men, you tell on yourself because you change your patterns. You understand what I'm saying? That's how a lot of people get caught up. That's how women get caught up too. They change their patterns. Hope, listen to words. Wisdom watches behavior. If the pattern contradicts the promise, believe the pattern. I know I'm probably saying a lot of stuff tonight that is going to go over your head and you're not going to really get it. I hope you would take notes in some of these therapy sessions and really get to a place of healing in your life where you can understand some of these things, because when you can make sense of this and when you can understand this, this could take and revolutionize the way you think, and it can revolutionize the pain that you're feeling at this very moment for those of you that are going through it off and on. The second thing I would tell you is to stop romanticizing the beginning. See, the beginning is just full of dopamine. It's full of fun. They treat you different in the beginning. Everybody trying to win everybody. Yeah, women treat you different too. Women treat you different in the beginning. They think it's just men that do it, but no, women treat you different too. The middle is character. The middle of your relationship is character. And a lot of relationships struggle because of character. Somebody's egotistical. Somebody's a real narcissistic person. But the end of a relationship, it always reveals the truth. The end of a relationship, it reveals the truth. I don't care what they say. I don't care what she say, he say, that person say. The ending always reveals the truth. So don't measure a relationship by its first chapter. You got to stop romanticizing the beginning. That's dopamine. That's that feel-good stage. That's that energy that some of us really need. But a strong relationship is built off strong character. What is your character? Are you a good person or not? If you want to know somebody's character, go through a hard time, go through a real struggle, lose a job or two, lose some friends, lose some family members. People change when people pass or die. I'm telling you the truth. This is what happens. People change and characters begin to change. If you want to know a real person and what you really got, you judge that person based off their character. Can I trust this person to have my back? Is this a good person? Is this person a loyal person? In the midst of heat, in the midst of frustration, in the midst of lies, in the midst of this, in the midst of that, what do I have? Right? At the end, it's going to reveal the truth of what you got. So that imagination of what you thought you had wasn't there. And that is what be tearing people up. So yeah, stop judging your relationship, your old relationship based off the first chapter. Because that person showed you their character when the end came. They showed you how they would turn on you. They showed you how they would run your name through the mud. They showed you how they would talk about you bad to build themselves up. They lied on demonize them. You just need to see them clearly. And that's the problem. A lot of us don't want to accept reality without trying to rewrite it. Your brain just keep trying to rewrite the reality. You just need to see them clearly. And I'm going to tell you how powerful clarity is. And that's why they say the truth will set you free. Clarity brings peace faster than closure. Clarity. There's a lot of people who don't care about closure. All they needed was the truth, and that was enough. It was enough. I'm going to tell you once. Acceptance hurts once. Illusion hurts repeatedly. You don't want to accept the reality. You want to create these illusions. And you keep hurting yourself over and over and over. No, just accept that person for who they is, what they are, accept that character, and accept that you believed in a lie for many years. Because acceptance, when you truly accept it in your heart and in your mind, it only hurts once. It's the illusion that hurts repeatedly. And again, you don't miss them. You miss the version you built in your mind. In healing, it begins the moment you stop loving the idea and start accepting the truth. This is therapy session. So I hope I said something tonight that have really touched your mind and really got you to a new place. But I just wanted to come on here tonight and let you know you don't miss them. You don't. You're grieving. You're hurting from something else. That's why when you go to people, you can't explain what you feel. You can't explain it. You're really hurting in your mind from what you thought they were. You built a version of them that's totally different. Even when you face to face, you're in their face. They're not a good person. But your brain just be like, this is a good person. I love this person. I don't want to accept the fact that their character is majorly flawed. They don't have security. Everything that I thought that they had, they don't have it. They don't have this person I'm looking at is not the future. They don't have healing. They're not a person that is for the future. You don't miss them. You miss the version of who you thought they were. And that's why you're grieving. That's why you're hurting. You can't explain that though. It's like, I don't understand what I'm feeling. I don't really want them, but you want them, but not them. You want the version of them that you created. Everybody has this perfect imagination of what they want somebody to be. Everybody, literally, if you're in a relationship, you have a perfect idea of what you're hoping this person is. Every woman, you're hoping that this man, you can depend on him. You're hoping that this man is loyal. You're hoping that this man is a leader one day. You're hoping that this man is powerful. You're hoping that this man is a notable man, strong man with drive. And that's why I say that I think that when you get into a real healthy relationship, reality should be reality. And that's what separates the king from the queens. That's what separates that type of living and lifestyle from the lower vibrational people. Because you can look at somebody and you see who they are. Like, nah, your patterns show me who you is. You can't keep a job. You can't do this. You can't do that. Nah, big dog, your patterns just, it tells. So I want to challenge every woman who's listening to this. In your next relationship, your standards should be, I need to know your history. I need to know your patterns. I need to know who you really are. I want to know your character. I want to really get to know you. I don't want this feel good stuff all the time, because this probably ain't even it. Like, you do make me feel good, blah, 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 but I want to know you. I tell men the same thing. You get with Shawty, bro, make sure you know who she is for real. Because her character could make or break you as a man. His character, sis, can make or break you as a woman. There's a lot of women out here right now, you can do bad by yourself. Why are you with him? Because you have this hope one day that he's gonna wake up. This man, you've been with this man 5-10 years and he's still doing the same thing. Guess what? Y'all gonna get old and broke together forever, because he's never gonna change. In most cases, because his patterns are the same, unless he go and make a life change, unless God can awaken him, unless God can really get in his mind and begin to do some things. Bro, you think that this woman, so look, so men, true story, it was a couple men having conversations about why relationships didn't work for them. So I butted in, and everybody was like, yo, this little shorty I got, bro, like, the one that I really want, like her patterns, like, bro, she just love partying all the time. She just love hanging out and drinking with her friends and turning up. But I ain't on that. I really looking for something different. So years going by, you still in this relationship with this girl and you still thinking she's gonna change, but her character, her patterns are all the same. She's not changing. She challenges you every time she wants to go do what she wants to do. She ain't her. So bro, you ain't gotta waste no more time. And that's why you should be more logical. Get out of your emotions. You falling in love. No, I don't care about love first. When I meet somebody, I don't care about no love. No. I mean, of course, you're going to naturally care about some type of love. I don't care about love. Just think about it. In a business relationship, a friendship, I'm not thinking about love. I'm thinking about your patterns in your life. What are you loyal to? Who are you? You can be coming to sabotage my life. You can be coming to mess some things up for me. Who are you? Like so yeah, man, I really, so you got to get out of this, this mindset. I know you're healing. A lot of you are healing that's listening to me. A lot of you want to reset. You want to, you want to get to the next level in the way you think. And I want to come on here and I want to help you every chance I get. I want to thank everybody who's been giving to me tonight, who I've been pouring in and you pouring back into me. I definitely appreciate you. If you definitely have been learning and you're definitely enjoying these, it would do my heart good if you was to, pour into me. That helps me keep these lives going. That helped me continue to do what I do. And again, I do appreciate everybody who purchased my book, 21 Days to Reset. You can get this at markleejr.com, or you can click the link in my bio. It is cheaper on my website, and but some people go to Amazon and they still get it there. But It's cheaper, it's half price than it is on Amazon. But yeah, so I had a really good, interesting conversation with you guys tonight. And it is my duty, you know, my one of my major things right now that I'm so intrigued. I like to see people go to the next level after being broken and betrayed. Some people betrayed by their best friend. Some people betrayed by people you would never imagine. Family members, spouses. This thing goes deep. Not just that, but some people have been pouring into other people for so long, right? You've been pouring into people your whole life and you have nothing for yourself. That is why I'm here. Because it's time to start building. It's time to start going to the next level. It's time to start, really, growing. Everything all about me is, I try to get people to detach from this false emotional illusion that we create. And when you can do that, then you can get to the next part. You can get to something, right? You can get to something that is going to change you forever. I thought one time in my younger life, that I was just called to just be a part of somebody's ministry and just build for them. I had no thoughts for myself. Even when the ministry would be like, you need to be building for yourself. I was just like, I'm good. I'm just, whatever you got going on, that's what I'm doing. Until God had to really break me down. I ended up living in a hotel. It's in my book. That was a turning point for me. I had to accept reality over this fantasy that if I just do this and I keep doing this, we all gonna win. It don't work like that in this world. Y'all all gonna win, but it's only gonna be one that's winning for real. But in relationships, we all have a problem with letting go of the version of life that we imagined. And that's a strong point for a lot of men. You thought that woman was perfect. Strong point for a lot of women. You thought this man, he was perfect. But it wasn't reality. It was your own imagination. So I'm learning more and more. One of the things that I can say before I get off here tonight is there's power in surrendering your expectations. I'm talking about the expectations that wasn't even aligned by God. There's power in surrendering that. And that is why I believe that God gave me this book to help rewire the mind. And a lot of people don't think that your mind can be rewired. It can. It's what you feed it. It's what you listen to. I'm just telling the truth. Some of you are healing from a story that you created. You're healing from something that you created in your mind. And that is really what's running you down through here. It's the truth, man. It's the truth. It's the truth. Jazz, I really appreciate you. I know you bought the book yesterday. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And everybody that pour into me. I'm so passionate about this. Like, there's going to be some people, I'm telling you right now. I mean, I have a list of celebrities that I mentor. I have high-powered people you would never even imagine that inbox me like, bro, you touching my life, bro. You changing me, bro. Like, it's some stuff, bro, that I really have came into the realization that I got to stop running. I got to stop running from these things in order to get to the next level. That's why I love, man, like how God can really when we get broken as a person, how God could really take that brokenness and turn you into a powerful person. And you be like, sometimes you be like, you be saying to yourself like, I can't believe I'm this broken. I can't believe I'm this upset. I can't believe. Yeah, you can't believe it. You can't believe it. Part of the reason you can't believe it because what you've been trying to believe wasn't true in the first place. So it becomes hard to accept reality. So those same people, you be ashamed to even go to them people because you don't even want to hear them saying, I told you so. I really can't stand a person like that, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't need you to tell me I told you so. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that because now I feel like you mocking me now. You got to be real close to me to be able to say something like that. A regular person can't say that. I told you so. Nah, you can't. Don't do that. Don't come to me with that. Nah, I don't care what you told me. What did you go through? And that's why I'll really turn up on somebody. Like, I told you so. Yeah, I told you so. Okay, bet. I don't care about none of that. At this point, and I'll tell everybody at this point, you ain't in that phase to be, dealing with nobody telling you they told you so. Right now in the phase you're in the phase of letting go. You in the phase of building yourself stronger than you was. You in the phase of changing. You in the phase of rewiring your mind. So I don't got time to hear about nobody saying, I told you so. All right, Nicole, good night. But yeah, somebody said that's what I'm going through every time. And you got to really like, yo, man, I cut those folks off. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't want to hear that. That's why you ain't got no friends. You got to be a smart friend. You can't tell your friend I told you so. Now, if you got brothers that are close and we don't take it serious, you know what I'm saying? It's a little different. But to hear a friend tell you, even brothers you still have to really like be careful with that. Nobody wants to hear that. The best advice I would tell somebody is like, okay, well, bet this where you at now? Well, let's build from this. This is a lesson learned. God had to show you some things. This is a level of your growth. If this didn't break you, you about to be powerful. That's what I want to hear. You about to do great things. Like that's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear no, I told you so. In every relationship, you always have a person that is good and you always have a person that is bad. Sometimes the two characters can switch. One person want to be good, one person want to be bad. It's just the truth. So you got to learn to accept that, and you got to learn to, grow from that, move on from that. So yeah, you don't miss them. No, you miss that version that you thought they were. You fell in love with their potential. You told yourself something that wasn't true and you believed it. There are many moms out here, your son go out here and do something bad. You say, no, not my baby. He didn't do that. I promise you. Not mine. I raised them right. Then they show you the camcorder or the recording. It was your son. And it's like, dang, I have to erase what I said my son didn't do. And that hurts. Man, I thought I raised a good child. I thought he was this and I thought he was that. Whole time, you hurting more because of what you thought he was. Now you blaming yourself. You see how that rabbit hole just keep going? Yeah. So I'm gonna leave the chat open for about 5 minutes, and I want to just read I want to do something different tonight. I want to just read. I want to read, what you have to say. I want to read, any advice you would give someone. I want to read what you have, learned tonight. I definitely like to read anybody who really appreciate me. I like to read that. So I'm gonna leave the chat open for about 5 minutes, and then we're gonna get off. Do I believe in soul connections? Yes. That's good, Justin. You're welcome, Miss Yvette. Appreciate you, Miss Melissa. Wow, Miss Petty. That's crazy. You're such an amazing person. Thank you so much, Telly. Glad to find you, bro. Appreciate you. It's 21 days to reset. It looks like this. If you click the link in my bio, you should see it on my website. It looks like this right here. Just like that. Wow, so many people are being impacted. Thank you, God, for this. Very inspiring. Keep going. Somebody says, I've been on here the last 3 nights and I swear you have helped a lot. Appreciate you, Raymond. How do you get through to my bro when he shuts down and don't talk to Trump? Latrice says, thank you. You made me deeply think deeply about what you said. I appreciate you. Appreciate the honesty. Congratulations, Miss Kim, on your 30-year marriage. So typically, if you want to catch my therapy sessions, I go live between 9 and 10, Monday through Friday. Yes. So anytime between that, I'm typically live, and I try to go live a little earlier. So sometimes, I might jump on about 8:30, 8:45. All right, my 5 minutes is up. I appreciate all of the love I've received tonight. I appreciate everything. You guys have a blessed night. And I hope nothing that I said go over your head. Straight up.